Today, I'm going to be downloading and testing out the highest rated magical Minecraft mods I can find. I'm talking spellcasting, relics, and various new enemies. Then, I'll rank them on a tier list to see which one is the greatest magic Minecraft mod of all time. Alright, this first mod we're going to be looking at is called Wizards. It's a part of the RPG series of mods, which is a really cool bundle of mods, but we're going to be focusing on the Wizards one today. And this adds, well, the ability to become a wizard and cast magic. So, let's start with the basics. You can get yourself a basic wand, which is coal and a stick, and this thing comes with a spell on it called Scorch, which allows you to actually shoot fire, but you need a target. So we'll highlight a target, and this is the weakest and most easiest spell to get your hands on with the weakest one. This is the Novice one. But when I'm in survival mode, I actually need a rune to cast a spell. So the most basic rune is the fire runes, which you can just make with cobblestone and charcoal, and this is essentially your ammo. Boom. And you can do a decent amount of damage. I mean, that does 3.6 plus a couple ticks of fire. Not a bad starting point, but we want to do more. So there's a few other ways to improve your magical skill. One is to get yourself some wizard armor, some wizard robes, which is just made with wool and lapis as such. So let's get our wizard garb on. Now look at us. We're professionals. But if you look at here, every piece of armor increases our fire, frost, and arcane spell power, which are the 3 classes of magic, by 20%. So now instead of doing 3.5, it's doing 4.3 damage initially. Let's try to kill a pig here. All right, come on, piggy. And you know, good way to get cooked meat, but we want to do some more damage in this mod, so let's see what else we can do. Because there are 3 different classes of magic. These are the basic ones you can make for each class. One is the Frost Wand, which comes with the default Frost. What's this called? The Frost Shard. This actually does way more damage at first. Also doesn't require you to... Whoa! Wait. Hey, it bounces. I didn't even know that. Wait, can I like bounce into the dummy? Hey, look it. You can do some fancy techniques here. And then there's the Arcane Wand, which, oh, does this one need a target? No, it doesn't. And this one comes with the Arcane Bolt. This also does more damage than the fire. Granted, these individual wands do also give a boost to the individual spell power. So even though this fire wand has the same... Whoa. So the fire wand actually has has a better spell than the novice one. The novice one has this stupid little scorch move. Meanwhile, the fire wand uses fireball, which that does a decent amount of damage. Let's try to get a kill here. I mean, hey, a 2-hit kill on a zombie is not that bad, but let's get even stronger. So if you want to get more runes, we're going to craft the rune crafting altar, which, by the way, every single magic, like the frost magic, uses these frost runes. You can also use snow instead of ice, as well as the arcane runes for arcane magic, which use amethyst shards as their ammo. But if you want to get more per craft, because some of these, like coal, only gets you 2. But if you take that cobble and coal and put it in the rune crafter, that 2 goes to 8. And suddenly, with just a little bit of coal, you can have all of the fire runes in the world. But one spell isn't enough, you know? Like, just having one spell per wand, I mean, that's a little underwhelming, right? If you craft one of these things, the spellbinding table, it's just like an enchant table, but for magic. The more bookshelves you put around it, the higher level spells you can get. And what we're gonna do is put a book in here. And this is gonna give us a tome of one of the 3 magics. So I'm gonna learn the fire tome today. So now that we have the tome of fire that we made, we can put it in the table with some lapis, and we can choose a spell that we want to bind to this book, because it can hold fire spells. As you can see, there are 3 right here. So we're going to learn Fire Breath, Meteor, and Wall of Flames. Oh, and we get an achievement for that. So now we have this tome that has all of this fire magic on it. So if we open our inventory, we actually have a tome slot right here. And now when we pull out our wand, you can see at the bottom corner, I have 4 spells. So I have my preloaded little fireball here with the left click, but if I hold down 2, I can use flamethrower, which I feel like I need to test this on. So hold on, I'm gonna try the flamethrower again, because I just feel like, yeah, that's pretty useful. Spell number 3, what is this? Oh, this is fire. Oh no, what is this one? Oh no, this is Meteor. Wait, that's pretty fun. All right, come on, fellows, we're hitting you with a meteor. Hey, okay, it's a little wide range, but let me try the last spell here, which is Wall of Fire. Yup. Huh. so the wall of fire makes a, well, giant wall of fire, which zombies will just run right through and die. But these wizard robes are kind of too generic. My power isn't strong enough. Luckily, there is different types of robes for every type of magic. So I'm going to put on the fire robes, which this is even the highest tier. You can actually take any type of robe, like the frost tier, and combine it with netherite and get yourself netherite wizard robes. Wow, that's kind of a tongue twister. And if you really want to level up your magic game, you should consider making some staffs instead of wands. So the difference between these is staffs are two-handed instead of one-handed. So before you could offhand a wand and use it with like a sword or something, but with the staff, it's two-handed. This one comes with a pyroblast. Oh, let me try the pyroblast spell. Boom. And then, of course, there is a frost staff and an arcane staff. I like the fire magic personally. All right, look at me. I got the full netherite wizard robes on. We got lots of zombies. It's time to defend ourselves. Yeah, well, okay. All right, okay. Because we got to put this magic to the test. Firewall. Oh, God. Oh, look at that. Oh, this baby zombie's killing my vibe. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Drop some meteors on him. Ah. Blast the baby. Oh, my God. Okay. Hold on. We can... I'll just take out this guy first, since you're out of line. We'll just firewall these fools. Boom. That was like 100 zombies. So that's what happens when you master magic. So all my cooldowns and everything were super strong because the maxed out fire wizard gear gives you plus 30% on all fire magic as well as plus 3% spell critical chance. So when I'm fighting a ton of those guys, there's a lot of critical hits landing. All right, wizards is gonna get a solid A tier from me. There is a lot of competition in this video and some of the mods I have up and coming I know are fantastic. So A tier from me, I think it integrates magic in a very vanilla feeling way. Yeah, and I recommend checking it out. I also have a whole video about this mod on my second channel, but let me know, should I check out the other RPG series of mods? Because I haven't really taken the time for them. All right, this next Minecraft mod is called As You Wish. This is actually the smallest mod I'm going to be covering today, but I thought it looked really cool. What you're going to have to do is find this structure here. This is a genie's tomb, and you go inside. There'll be a couple spawners. They're pretty much all zombie spawners. And in the middle, there'll be this barrel with a bunch of string that we don't care about and the magic lamp. So yes, this mod adds a magic genie to the game. So let's get away from all the bad guys. Let's hit survival mode here and let's give this lamp a little rub. So you click and hold it and boom. A magical genie spawns. What's up, bro? And genies can grant you wishes. So if you click on the genie, he has 4 wishes for me. If I have enough levels, 5 XP levels, I can actually re-roll, which I'll do next time. But I'm going to choose one of these. Now, I have to be careful because sometimes they're a bit deceiving. I do really like the custom art for all of this. So we have reach, friend, gunpowder, or random. I'm going to start with gunpowder. Now, you might think, oh, he's going to give you gunpowder. But actually, he spawns a bunch of creepers. Now, the genie is actually alive, but if I went to click on him again, he would disappear. Oh, okay, there you go. He disappeared. Oh, I still have another charge on this lamp. Let me use it again. Oh, never mind. There's 0 charges on this lamp. Now, another item you're going to find in chests around the world is the Heart of the Desert here. Now, this is actually how you're going to recharge your lamp. So if I put it in my offhand and click, now my lamp has another charge, and I am going to use it. Now, this time I'm going to give myself XP add. I'm going to give myself a ton of levels here. So when we look, oh, he has the same 3 wishes again. If we press reroll, we get a new 3 sets of wishes. Fight, TNT, or Warden. All of these kind of sound bad, but I'm going to do Warden. Oh, okay. So there's actually 2 other types of magic lamps you can craft using your existing magic lamp, starting with the copper lamp. This one works very similarly. I think it has more durability. Let's give it a use. Oh wait, no, the copper lamp actually spawns an entirely different guy. I forgot. This is a red genie, and this guy gives a good wish, but it comes with a negative one. So there's lamp and boss. There's tools, but no inventory. Does that mean he's going to clear my inventory? And then there's strength, but we get a warden. All right, I'm going to try tools, but no inventory. Okay, I can't open my inventory. I don't know for how long, but he gave me a full set of diamond tools. Oh God. So I can't open my inventory. I wonder how long this effect lasts. Now, the copper one still needs a charge when you use it. Oh my God, I can't even open chat with this effect on. Oh, it's wearing off. Okay, so it actually doesn't even last that long because I can see it's wearing off now, but that's crazy. I can't open chat. I can't press escape. Okay, the negative wish there was not bad at all. I mean, for some copper, I basically just got a ton of diamonds for free. I mean, these are all essential tools. All right, but I'm going to try the boss out. So I'm going to use the copper lamp here. Oh, hello, red genie. And I'm going to try to get the boss. So this spawns Ubar. Okay, so the boss is the bad one. Oh, he gave me, so I got a whole magical lamp. But the downside is I have to fight Ubar the genie. I have full netherite, by the way, unenchanted. Ow. And he's casting spells on me. Oh my God, so this is, oh my God. I mean, I don't have enchants, but God, he did like 5 hearts with full netherite. Ubar is OP. Now, only if I had the other magic mods installed, I could shoot some magic at this guy. Oh, he's shooting arrows at me. I'm just bowing him down. Seems like this guy's counter is ranged combat. And he's... Oh! Okay. Now he's dead. All right. And so I guess the downside there was I had to fight the boss. I didn't even get anything from him. But because I took the boss fight, I did get a whole other magical lamp, which can be used to craft the fast lamp. Which, the fast lamp, you just need gold and amethyst. This one has infinite charges, which is honestly probably the first type of lamp you'd want to craft. But let me give it a whirl. Let's try to get some rarer wishes here. So we have hunter, health, random, or cake. Let me do health. Okay, so he gave me regeneration 6 for a couple seconds. Honestly, not a great use, but it's okay because we have unlimited charges on this fast lamp. The only problem is we do have durability here. All right, let's try reach. Oh, that gives us a new effect. That gives us longer block reach for the next 2 minutes. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wish there would be a way to get it for longer, but look at that. My block reach increased by like 2 because of the genie. So it adds just a lot of these. Let me see. There's a full list. So there's 44 total wishes these genies can give you. So let me summon another one. Let me do a reroll. I think rerolls give you a higher chance of getting some better wishes. What's gems? Oh, look at that. He gave me 2 emeralds and 7 amethyst shards. Ooh, diamonds. Oh, okay, I got 1 diamond from him. I'm gonna use, there's also 2 creative only lamps. I'm gonna use this to try to get myself some higher end wishes here. Firewalk. Huh. Firewalk gives me an effect for the next 50 seconds where I have fire resistance, but there's fire all around me. Okay, I like this one. Let me spawn in another genie. Sorry, buddy, you're on fire now. Clear effects, wish bottle. Ooh. Oh, no. Okay. Don't take wishes while you're on fire because it just burned it. But there's this new item called the Instant Wish, which you could get from a genie. And basically, oh wow, I just got the same wish again, which is Firewalk. But it gives you a random wish. You can't even choose. So when you drink it, you could get, you know, Warden, or you could get diamonds. Let's see. What did I just get? Oh, I just got cherry logs and birch logs. So I got one. Oh, and oak logs. So we just got one that gave us a bunch of wood. But I really love the art style of all these different quests. Oh, we got haste bunny. Oh, I just got jump boost 3. So a lot of these are effects. Oh, he also seemed to have spawned a bunny, or that was a coincidence. I'm going to spam some instant wishes. Oh, this one just dropped fish on my head. This one spawned a bunch of zombie villagers. Oh, that one gave me an LA. Axolotl. Ah, more. We got a wolf. I got hunger. Oh, God. Bad omen. Oh, I got a totem of undying. All right. Anyways, that's the As You Wish mod. This mod has less than 10,000 downloads. Pretty much every other mod has hundreds of thousands, if not millions of downloads. But I thought I'd highlight a high quality, low downloaded mod. So let me know what you guys think. As You Wish. I think As You Wish is really cool, but I think it's going to get a B tier from me. As far as the quality of art and concept, I do think it's about an S tier, but when it actually comes down to how it functions in game and the incentives towards it, it's kind of more of a gimmicky for fun mod, but I don't think it's like game changing or anything crazy, but I do really like it and I wanted to spotlight it. Yeah, super fun. I'm just more of a shooting spells kind of magic mod guy, but still, B tier in this list is still very good. Now, this is probably the most popular magic mod in all of Minecraft. It's called Waystones, and it adds these cool little stones called Waystones. Some of them can naturally spawn in villages, or you can craft them yourself, which I'll show you how to do in a second here. But how they work is essentially you can click on one, and I made a couple here, and it links to another waystone in which you could just teleport straight to. And these ones are over 11,000 blocks apart, and it does it instantaneously. Now, to craft one of these waystones, if you want to make one on your own, you're going to have to get one of these, which is the warp stone, which requires gold, ender pearls, and amethyst shards. Then you just combine that with some stone bricks, and boom, you got yourself your very own waystone. And these work pretty easily. So if I just put one down and name it subscribe, for example, now when I click on here, I can see the village, I can see the mansion, and I can just teleport to that. I can teleport to subscribe pretty instantaneously. Now, I believe, depending on the version you use, by default, it will require some XP to teleport. When I installed this mod clean on the newest version, it does not require any XP to teleport between, so you can change that in the config. But there's a few other things you can also make in this mod that makes it very interesting, like the unbound scroll. Basically, how this thing works is you can just click on a waystone with it and you'll get a bound scroll. So this one is bound to my mansion, and if I go on a big quest and I get kind of lost, I can just pull out this scroll, click and hold, boom. And it's single use, so be careful of that, but it will teleport you right back to where you started, or it'll teleport you right back to where you linked it. And there's a few other gizmos and gadgets in this mod, like the warp plate. Now, these are like teleporting pressure plates, so they work very interestingly. So I'm gonna place one here and one here. So you can see they both popped out these magical flints. And basically, these are the keys to the other one. So if I put one in here, and then I put the other one in here, and I swap them, now they are linked. So if I stand on this pressure plate, it will teleport me to the other one. And there's some silly little things you can do, like the modifier here. And if you open it up, you can actually add modifiers to your teleporter. Magma cream should give me fire resistance when I teleport. No, it did not. Maybe when I teleport there, I get it. Yeah. So I put a bunch in there, so it's a few seconds. I think each modifier gives you a little bit more. And there's also just little like effects. Some that I could see being very important would be feathers. So let's just say you had a high up teleportation location. You could have it where you teleport and you get slow falling for just a few seconds. And there's a whole guide on the mod page on what each modifier does. I actually believe diamonds will increase how long it goes on for. Yeah, so now I have slow falling 5 and fire resistance 5 because I put some diamonds in there. These same modifiers can actually be applied to waystones as well. So if you want to apply effects when people go there, you can do that. Now there's also these other waystones. These are kind of more for servers, called port stones. And essentially they pair with these other type of waystones called share stones. I'm going to name this one Like the Video because that's what we call a call to action. So these are color coded to link together. So like any lime share stone can link to another share stone. So I can go to like the video and I can go to comment too, and they're linked. But if I put down a black share stone and I write fart, it only can link to other black share stones. And that goes for these ports. So port stones are like waystones, except they're a one-way ticket. So you'd put this in like a server hub or somewhere where the only option is to leave like the end of a dungeon or something like that. So if I open here, I can see like the video and comment too, but if I go on these, this doesn't exist. So it's a one-way ticket. So it just adds some cool, basic, and honestly balanced teleportation to Minecraft survival. I'm one who gets bored of traveling a lot, so fun little mechanics like this that feel like they are immersed in the game is really cool to me. Waystones. I think Waystones is probably should be an S tier, but I'm gonna give it an A tier just because, you know, it's a staple mod. It works well and obviously super popular. It's just not that exciting. I don't rush to install Waystones. As much as I like being able to teleport, I think I would prioritize like a immersive aircraft or, you know, a transportation type mod. So that's the only reason it's getting A tier. It probably deserves S, but it's my video, my rules. This next Minecraft mod is called Hexerei or Hexerei. I'm not 100% sure how to say it, but it's a mod all about witches. And the guidebook is one of my favorite things about this mod. So if you put it on this little altar here, it opens up like a magical book, and I pressed the wrong button. It breaks down all of the lore because there's a lot of lore relating to witches as well as magic and cauldron making. But let's fly through some of this. Because the first thing I want to do is make a cauldron. And look at that page flipping. It's cool. Like, you can just choose an item and be like, I want to go check that out. So the mixing cauldron is a main part of this mod, which makes sense. You're going to want to put a heat source block under it, whether that's lava or fire, or in this case, a magma block. You can do a lot of things like create new items as well as new fluids, and it's really cool. So let's see what, honestly, the first thing it recommends we do. Oh, here we go. Actually, there's a new chest item that you can craft inside the cauldron, which I know sounds weird, but we just need some water in our cauldron. We need mahogany planks because there's a bunch of new trees, like there are some down here, because a big part of this mod is aesthetics and vibes. And so there's a lot of new building blocks and a lot of new cool wood. So let's try to make this real quick. And I like when you have the book here because I can just kind of like turn around and actually just look at the book. I think it was like this. There's a little animation. And boom, we got a coffer. Now this is just a new portable storage, which can pop up like that. So if I put a bunch of stuff in this, oh, you can actually see it inside. That's cool. And then I break it. Who needs a shulker box anymore? You can walk around with a coffer here, which kind of looks like a briefcase when you walk around with it. And there's actually a whole lot more we can do in the cauldron, which I'll get to. But first I want to show you one of the many new structures, which this is a dark coven. There is also a nature coven, which we'll look at. But these are basically like witch villages. Now, I'm assuming these witches will want to kill me, but let's just roll up in survival mode. But it uses a lot of the new decorative blocks and wood types, which just look really cool. Are you gonna try to kill me? Oh, yep. Okay. There's a lot of new stuff you can find, including like these new herb jars that can hold stuff like mandrake roots. And there's actually a whole mechanic with crows, which we'll get to as well. We got a pestle and mortar. We got another one of these altar blocks, as well as these new I don't even know how to say that. This new candle thing. Anyways, there is a lot of different loot, but this is also where you can find yourself a cauldron instead of having to craft one. I'm trying to see if I can find somewhere in these structures you can come across the witch's gear, like the witch's hat and the boots. And of course the witch robe as well. And I believe the witches will actually have no problem with me if I rock around looking like a witch. Yeah, we're chill. Ooh, what do you got in here? Ooh, we got some wax blocks. These new infused carpets, which you see all around here, which I really like. I guess before we can go too far into some of the other magical things, we actually have to explain the most basic. So one common item you're going to see in these structures a lot are these herb jars. And basically, these can store one singular herb or seed. As you can see here, it will actually give them the label when it's in. The whole point of these is to work with the crow, which is a new mob this mod adds. So before we go find a crow, we have to get one of these pestle and mortars, which I just found in the structure here. And we're going to put one of every seed type, including these new sage seeds, which are found the same way as regular grass seeds. And we'll mix them all up in the mortar and pestle. And boom, we got seed mixture. Now, somewhere around these swamp biomes, oh, look at these new willow trees. So you can find crows just spawning around the world, and if you give them a seed mixture, which you're going to need a few, these guys are a little stubborn, you can tame yourself a crow. Now, I think there's a few modes. I'm going to put them to follow. Whoa, I didn't even know the crow had this whole menu here. I can give him a hat. Oh, look at my crow is on my shoulder, so if he's set to follow mode, he's kind of just like a parrot in that way. Oh my god, I gave him a witch's hat. Look at. Oh, this mod is amazing. My crow has a witch's hat, and I can give him in his hand. It looks like I can give him a sword. Can I give you a... No way. Oh my god, he's carrying a netherite sword. What's this last item? I'll try to find it in the menu here. A crow amulet. Protects your crow from dangers while playing dead. The crow will gain regeneration. Oh, so this is like a totem of undying, but it also allows your crow to play dead to heal. Oh my god, look at... This crow's got a sword, a hat, and a chain. He's dripped out. This is my boy. All right, I'm getting distracted because let's just say you wanted your crow to do some work for you. So you had a chest that had some eggs in it, and let's just say you had a chicken farm nearby. I'm going to simulate the chicken farm by throwing eggs myself. So all I have to do is put the eggs in here, and then put my crow to gather mode, and then let's just say he hangs out around my chicken farm. So now my crow is gathering the eggs and putting them in the coffer because there's eggs in here already. You can also use this menu here to whitelist certain items in case you have a large variety and you don't want them to collect everything. You can set up a lot of automation with these crows if you created a whole army of them and had a bunch of different coffers and herb jars and automated farms. I think it's a cool way to do automation with mobs. Reminds me of Alex's mobs. Let's see. I know there's some villagers over there, but I put my crow in pickpocket mode. Oh, okay, there we go. So if I put him into pickpocket mode, the crow will literally pickpocket from different villagers. So he stole from a farmer, so he got some bread. Oh, and he'll just give it to me. So if you had enough crows and enough villagers, you could basically automate this guy because he can get emeralds and stuff as well. But there's also various witches' huts. So this is the Baba Yaga hut. I don't know what that means, but it looks really cool. It looks like the house has like feet and it's walking. But if we go inside, we have a cauldron here, actually one that's already set up, as well as a bunch of new decoration blocks like these new, what are these? Witch hazel window panes. All right, listen, I like you, Crow, but you take up so much of my FOV. Actually, I really like the design of these structures, as well as there's new chests that you can make with the wood type, which are just regular chests. Oh, and look at that, they have one of these books as well. But actually, what I really came here for is downstairs on the wall here. The Witch Hazel Broom. This is one of many broom types, and there is a whole broom flying mechanic. So if I place this bad boy down on its own, it already looks cool, and you can just hop on top of it. And this is with no customization. It's not the fastest, but you can use control to go down, space to go up, and you kind of sit on it sideways for some reason, but you know, it's chill. And then you left shift to get off. I have found if you get off in the air, it can be pretty buggy, so you want to like get down. If you shift click onto your broom, you can see that there's a few different attachments you can add, as well as a settings menu. So I could actually turn off floating and just have the broom lay on the ground here. You know, let them relax for a little bit. And there's a few different attachments you can do here, like you could put on a large satchel, which gives you a ton of inventory space inside of your broom. So this kind of becomes like a mobile transit as well. And you can also swap out the broom brush. Now there's a few different kinds. There's the moon dust brush. This one increases broom speed and drastically increases the speed on a full moon. Oh, okay, here's just an enhanced broom brush, which kind of just looks moldy. And there's also miscellaneous, which I think there's just a couple miscellaneous ones you can add. Oh yeah, the miscellaneous is you can add a tip. So this is a netherite tip that allows you to go through lava for a limited amount of time, as well as there is a waterproof one, so you can dive into the water. So we're going a little bit faster here, but this isn't even peak speed that we can get. I do just really like the vibe. Kind of like drifts when you turn, but let's try to go in the water here. Oh yeah. And then I can come out of the water. Very cool. Dude, that witch hut looks so cool from a distance. Let's add my favorite attachment, which actually, hold on, there's one other one. So instead of a satchel, you could also put on a seat, which comes with satchels. Also, it lets you sit on the broom straight. But if you had this on multiplayer, it would allow a friend to sit on the broom with you, so you could travel with your friend. But let's remove that. And there's a boom thruster brush, where the brush gets replaced with a thruster. You know what? I'm gonna put on the ender satchel, which just allows this to be a portable ender chest. It also gives it the cool ender chest particle effects. Now this hardly looks like a broom anymore, but look at this. The rocket thruster is definitely really overpowered, because now it's like, oh, I'm gonna go travel a few hundred blocks. Oh my god, I just found a mushroom biome. Dude, the magic is really coming clutch right now. Oh, I guess if you turn off levitate mode, anytime you get off, you just plummet. And then you can, of course, place your broom on various different broom stands that you can craft, so you can display them. Maybe you have different brooms for different causes. Now, there's actually one other mob this mod adds, which is the owl. And this structure here is the owl post office, which also, all of these builds in this mod are crazy. Where's the entrance to this thing? Owl be back. Huh. So these are letters and packages. Oh, I just opened that one. I'm finding all of these packages. But I can hear the owls. Where are the owls? Oh, here they are. Oh my gosh, look at it's an owl. Oh, there we go. Raw cod. Hey, okay, I tamed the owl. Look at that. Hey, buddy. So he just has sit mode and follow mode, I assume. Oh, we can give him a hat. Oh my god. My owl has a witch hat. This is amazing. But basically, you can write letters. Please subscribe. So I'm going to write a letter, and I'm going to hold to seal it. Oh, we have to set up a courier's depot, and then we'll make another one over here. I think I can take this sealed letter and give it to the owl. Okay, so when I click on the owl with my letter, I can choose 2 different locations, and you can see the owl literally takes my letter and vanish from existence. Oh, he's back. What the heck? That scared me. But there you go. The letter was delivered to Bob. And then you can rip open the letter. Please subscribe. And I think that's super cool. You can also have it send packages. So I have this courier package. I can click on it, and let's just say I put a bunch of random stuff in here and I seal it. Same deal. So honestly, if you just had some boxes with you and you were out on an adventure and you were like, my inventory's full, but I want to keep some of this stuff, just bring a box with you and just send your owl home with your package. Oh my God. Strong owl. Oh, I don't know why that happens. Maybe this is a weird location when it causes the owl to disappear. Boom. And he brings a package. So you could literally send packages home to yourself, or if you actually have friends on a server, you could mail your friends some packages. Now, there's so much more in this mod I could cover, but I want to cover one last thing, which is one of the various dried herbs you can get, which is dried sage. If I put some dry sage on this sage burning plate and then I light the dry sage, you'll see slowly this smoke ring will start forming. And basically, as that goes around, it gives me a witchly protection, like burning the sage. This will eventually turn into a large ring of smoke, and no mobs can spawn within that range. So it's actually really cool. Now, the sage lasts, like when I hold it, this sage lasts 60 minutes, but at nighttime, no mobs will spawn within the radius. And if I go into survival and I take the dried sage, I can go and see, I have 59 minutes and 7 seconds of burning time. I thought that was cool. There's so much more content in this mod. I might do a full showcase on my second channel, but this mod really, really impressed me. Hexerei is gonna get an S tier from me. I don't even really have to think about it much. This mod was incredible. I really, really enjoyed everything it included, and I skipped over a lot because if I included every detail of every mod in these videos, they'd be 10 hours long. But I'm definitely gonna check out this more because just super high quality and adds like practical vanilla survival things with the crows and the owls and the sage. It really just implements it well. So highly recommend you check out the Hexerei. I'm so sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Easy S tier. Let's see if the next mod can top this one. All right, this last mod is like the magic mod. This is Iron Spells and Spellbooks, and this one is massive. It adds about 9 different classes of magic, tons of different spells, new bosses, you name it, it has it. And just to show how much there is, these are all different types of wizard robes. Most of them are specialties in different types of magic. Like this one helps you with fire. This is electricity. This is evoker magic, so on and so forth. There's a lot. I'm going to go over some of my favorite spells and a boss fight at the end. But if you really want to see the entire 3.5 hour long yap session about every detail of this mod, I did make a video on my second channel, so you can check that out. But this will be a summary because there is so much content. So the inscription table is kind of where everything happens. So around the world, you're going to find these things. These are scrolls. And scrolls, when you're in survival mode, allow you to cast the spell one time. So I gave myself a stack, but if I have one magic arrow scroll, and I have a innocent villager here, I can cast the spell and shoot him with the magical arrow. So this was an ender type spell, and there's various different types of ender spells. But casting one spell at a time that gets destroyed immediately is not very effective. And that's where the spell books come into play. So there's a variety of different spell books. They all have different buffs and different amount of spell slots and so on and so forth. Some even come with spells preloaded. But any spell book you choose, I'm going to choose a basic flimsy journal. You can take one of your scrolls that you found and inscribe it. So now, if I equipped it, now you can see, it's on my hip, but now on the bottom left, you can see I have spells. And if I use the shift button, I have a little radial menu of all the spells. But now, instead of consuming a scroll, you can press V, and it will consume mana, as you can see on my bar down below. And that one spell used 70% of my mana, and some of these spells use so much I couldn't even cast them. So how do we get our mana up? Well, that's where all of these robes come into play. The most basic set is the wizard robes, which look pretty freaking cool. And now you can see that I equipped it. Not only do I get plus 125 mana, but I also get 5% spell power and some armor out of this. Actually, it's strong as a full set of diamond armor, apparently. But let's load up some of my other favorite spells We're gonna inscribe this one. This is an evocation spell because the evoker in Illager magic is something that you can learn in this mod, including, hello villager, sorry. Boom. You can do I forget what it's called, the Fang Strike. So you can cast the evoker Fang Strike. And it's not as strong as the arrow, it appears. But if I want to switch back to the arrow, I can just open the radial menu. Oh, you were too close. I couldn't even hit you. Boom. So you can see how this can get very fun because these are very tame spells. There are some pretty crazy ones out there. Also, having to find all of the scrolls, having to find every spell you want is tiring. So there's another way you can make these spells, which is the scroll forge. So if you mix a certain type of ink, paper, and then the matching ingredient for the type of magic you're doing, you can then make a spell. Now, this is legendary ink. This is the hardest one to get. If you just have basic ink, you're going to get tier 1 spells, and there's also going to be a lot that you can't obtain. So if we want to just do a tier 1 firebolt, this is only going to do 7 damage. So if I spawn a villager, boom, it doesn't do much. But if we put legendary ink in there and we got the same exact spell, but legendary, boom, way stronger. So one way you can get better inks is by getting the Alchemist Cauldron. This one I filled up with basic common ink, 4 of them. And if I just throw a copper ingot in, place a copper ingot in, not throw it in, it should convert all of this basic ink into uncommon ink, which would be tier 2. And then you could fill this up with that and so on and so forth. So a lot of wizardry in cauldrons, a lot of magic stuff going on here. But I am going to upgrade my gear here. I'm going to get the Pyromancer fit on. So now we have the Pyromancer gear, and I also have this Pyrium staff, which also gives 15% spell power to fire, and every one of these pieces of armor also give plus 10% to fire spell power, making it when I take this firebolt, this level 10 firebolt, and inscribe it, it just makes it much stronger, and also my cooldowns are much lowered. Oh my god, I keep missing. All right, let's get some more powerful spells, though. I'm going to summon a villager here, and I'm going to cast my firebolt spell, level 10. Let me try out this Sunbeam spell, which is a holy spell. Yeah, that's one of my favorites right there. But speaking of holy spells, there is a few good healing/support spells like this healing circle, which if I cast it down, it creates a giant healing AoE field that will heal me up. There's also just heal self that you can do. I find the healing areas easier when you're fighting a boss and you can kind of stay in them and keep yourself alive. Well, I'm going to load up with some of the most overpowered spells, and we're going to take on one of this mod's bosses. All right, so I'm in one of the dungeons for iron spells and spell books, and I just loaded up on some OP spells, and I'm going to show them off. I have so many spells in this radio menu. Look at this. We're going to start with the type of spells I would cast before going into battle, starting with Fortify. So Fortify, if I cast Fortify, I now have an extra layer of hearts. Okay, and now there's a zombie after me, so I am going to choose... What's a good attack? I have a Lob Creeper. So now I'm fortified, by the way. So I have extra hearts, but I also... Okay, Lob Creeper is not as strong as I thought. What about Wither Skull? Oh. That one's a little bit OP, but there is a Warden Strike. In this dungeon, there's a lot of trial spawners. Oh god, okay. I'm going to cast this spell called Echoing Strikes. Basically, this makes it anytime I punch a zombie, a second round of punch will arrive. Now, this staff actually does 9 attack damage. So with Echoing Strikes, it attacks twice. It can also attack in a radius. So it kind of... Alright, you know what? I'm too lazy, though. Let me cast Fireflies. So this is the Druid spell that spawns a swarm of fireflies that will attack any mob for you. Let me try Magma Bomb. Yeah. Will this burn me? Nope. Okay, nice. Let me try my Ice spell. These guys can never walk past this for some reason. Alright, Ice Spike spell. Oh, it got stopped right there. But this actually can do a long line of Ice Spikes. Here, let me cast... I have a Lightning spell as well. Oh god. It's Ball of Lightning. Huh. And it bounces around, so you can angle it right. Will it bounce back up the hallway? Yup. Alright, whatever, dude. Get out of my face. There are so many spells, but once you get into a flow state, it's just so much more fun than, like, vanilla Minecraft combat. Okay, I realized my Fortify went away. Okay, there's the boss. So this is one of the bosses. So before I go to fight him... Actually, he has a wake-up animation. Maybe I can cast my spells during that. Hello? Okay, yeah, he's waking up. Oh, God. Not the time, baby zombie. Okay, casting Fortify. Boom. Alright, I'm fortified. I'm gonna cast Echoing Strikes. And you know what? I'm gonna cast my Swarm of Fireflies. There we go. They're after him. Ow! Oh, yeah. Fireball. Ow. That is the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Ice spikes. Ooh. We froze him. Oh, he's on me. Heal. All right, I used my heal spell. Okay, I haven't used this one yet. I have a black hole spell. I don't have enough mana. Oh, I need to recharge. It costs all of my mana. No, oh, you can cancel it. There we go. My black hole. And look at, they all get sucked in, and then I'm gonna throw the... Yeah. This black hole is OP. Oh, he's suffocating. Yup. Oh, how are you... He teleported out. Okay, that did not do that much. Alright, let's finish him off with the creeper. Oh, I got him. Oh. Where'd you guys come from? Oh no, he has phase 2? Oh my god. I thought we had him. I'm poisoned. This music's crazy though. My spells keep getting interrupted. Oh, nice. Oh my god. They're all just going through the walls. Okay, here we go. I fortified again. Oh, there he is. Oh my god. Just sending lightning balls every... Oh, he's gonna die. Yes! Holy crap. That was a really hard boss fight. And he drops the blood staff, which is pretty sick. He destroyed my armor. I definitely didn't choose the best amount of spells, but I did get legendary ink and epic ink and a potion of mana. Whole bunch of... Oh, God. Anyways, that's not even the hardest boss in this mod. But like I said, if you want to see the full detailed breakdown, you can check out the video on my second channel. This is probably my favorite magic mod, but let's go rank it on the tier list and see where everything lands. Iron spells and spell books. I have to say, this one is getting an S tier as well. Iron spells and spellbooks is just exactly what I would want out of a magic mod. I think the spell making and the casting and the bosses and everything is just done nearly perfect. I have very little to no critiques of iron spells and spellbooks, and I think it's the magic mod you should install if you're going to start up a survival RPG playthrough and you want to do some magic. On the flip side, if you don't want to be a wizard, then I would recommend Hexerei if you want to do the more witchy magic. I wouldn't even be surprised you could probably have both these mods coexist. They don't really overlap too much. But yeah, that was the magic mod video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and if there's any other types of themes you'd like to see in future videos. Like this was magic mods, maybe we could do building mods or whatever. Let me know what types you really want to see, and let me know if there's any mods I just haven't covered in general that you really want me to cover. I do read all the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, which I am trying to upload like every week-ish. Sometimes that turns into 10 days, but yeah, subscribe to keep in the loop with all the latest mods.